Namo Nama. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe. Wherever you are, we extend you a very hearty welcome. Somewhere it's morning, somewhere afternoon, somewhere evening, and somewhere people might be dreaming very well in Australia and New Zealand. So let me take you, the people, those are awake, green morning, green afternoon, green evening, and right from wonderful soil of Bharat, we extend you a very warm welcome on the second day of the budget 2024. Yesterday, Honorable Finance Minister of India, Srimati Nirmala Sitharamanji, she presented the budget, and we had done the curtain raiser yesterday, talking the entire tourism, hospitality, aviation, and related areas, whatsoever could be done. Today, we have got another important segment of the budget, and I personally feel this is the base of the humanity when we talk about, and that is women empowerment. So, Wednesday, 24th of July, 2024, 4 minutes past 9 p.m., we all are together. Education, skills, micro, small, medium enterprise, employment, entrepreneurship, startup, encouragement, empowerment, inspirational, motivational, whatever we want to talk about, because the humanity, when we talk about, ladies and gentlemen, whether mother or sister or wife or daughter or teacher or trainer or coach or mentor, anybody, any women, any woman which is in the role of different trajectories, we are taking into consideration how the women empowerment is going to totally change the landscape. And as far as the dream of Honorable Prime Minister of India is concerned, how we should do, what we should do, and how do we move. So, Union Budget 2024, it is focusing on four key segments of the population, and it has the provisions for basically our youth, our students. Then there was a point of unemployment, then, of course, women, and then we talk about professionals. Now, India Budget 2024, Nari Shakti, women's power, it has always been the cornerstone of Shri Narendra Modi led government vision. The budget 2024 highlights the priority of increasing women's participation in the workforce through the establishment of course, couple of projects they have taken, skilling also, education also, setting up hostel also, partnership also, employment generation also. Of course, skilling is something very, very important. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in extending a very warm welcome, hearty welcome, and a pleasure to have. We have got women from different fields, different areas, different segments of the society, sharing their vision with us and taking the entire, what you call the agenda forward in the women empowerment. First and foremost, let me take you, although I'm born in North India, but my soul belongs to Northeast. Northeast India, when I think about, I talk about 8 beautiful states of Northeast, because having joined the Indian Army, the first time, the uniform, the rank, the first salary, the first soil, the first people, everything over there, and such a wonderful ecosystem in the Northeast we have got. So we have got Professor Dicky. She's joining us from Mizoram University. She is dealing with the vertical of education ecosystem, and from time to time, we keep getting a lot of valuable inputs from her, what all we can do for the women empowerment in education. Of course, with her, we have got Professor Manjeet Paintal ma'am also, Madam Gurpreet Sibal ma'am also, Dr. Ranjana Tiwari ma'am also, and Professor Anuradha ji as well. So let's move all the way to Mizoram. Let the flight land at Lingpui Airport, take a road journey, come to Aizawl. I'm going to move to Tourist Lodge Chalthalang. I'll stay over there and enjoy the tourism and hospitality. But before that, let me pick up some skills and certain views from Professor Dicky ma'am with regard to human development and particularly women empowerment. Professor Dicky ma'am. Unmute your mic, ma'am. Unmute your mic, ma'am. You got to unmute, ma'am. Just unmute your mic. Okay. If you're taking time, I will meanwhile go to. No, ma'am. It is to be unmute. You got to unmute your mic. Let me go to the younger generation, and I go to. Yeah, it is unmuted, ma'am. Please go ahead. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. You know, that is where we need empowerment also. Sometimes we don't know the technology. So, uh, sometimes we depend so much on our male counterparts that we don't know how to do lots of things, many things. Anyway, that's just an opener. When Of course, let me start again by thanking Dr. Gulshan Sharma for the the introduction that he gave, which I don't deserve. Many of the things that he said, I don't deserve it. But being a woman, being someone from the you know when we talk about gender, let me say I am from the female side, so we have faced quite lots of problems. But when it comes to Mizoram, uh, among the Mizo women, if we compare ourselves to other parts of India, people will say that you are so much empowered. And our male counterparts, the Mizo men, will say we are the ones who need empowerment because our women are so empowered now that we are the ones who need empowerment. But this is all about misconception about the meaning of empowerment. And I always say that it should never be a run between the two sexes or the two genders. We are not fighting for one prize which one can get and the other cannot get. We are just talking about when we talk about empowerment, we are just talking about I let me put it this way. I want to understand women empowerment as a fight for equity, never equality. That is my own understanding when we talk about empowerment. Because when we talk about the belief that we are better or we are same as our male counterparts, then we, the males will be on the defensive side and they will say we need empowerment. So that is a beginning of what I am going to say tonight. And uh, Dr. Gulshan Sharma, dragged me into this in the afternoon. So I did not have much time for the budget which talks about women empowerment. And when I see people like Dr. Ranjana Tiwari, well-being, a well-being expert, and we have skill expert also. This is where we women need empowerment, the skill that we need to develop. So I am from education, and in this NEP 2020, we talk about skill enhancement program. And now, since I am in a university where we are trying to figure out how to how to implement this NEP 2020 by introducing skill enhancement courses, we are stuck with the problem of economy. Economy means because our present system, our present traditional system of education has no space for skill development. We are so much concerned about, making our students learn the content of theoretical knowledge, be it history, be it political science, be it mathematics, be it physics, be it engineering. Everything is theoretical. And we talk about skill development, for example, for us women, the skill that we need, which may seem so simple. For example, tailoring, sewing our own clothes, sewing our own dresses. We don't have that skill. And we have to pay lots of money for that. We work so hard and we earn some money and we have to spend it for that. So those are the skills that if we can introduce this at the level of the school system, from high school to maybe the higher educational system. These are the skills which will empower us so that we can manage our own earnings also. And we talk about those beauty culture. I think we talk about Mrs. Gurpreet when we talk about those, beautification of ourselves, that beauty culture also. We have to pay for that. Just recently, I have to attend a wedding and I want to make myself up look better than what I am how I am looking tonight. Okay, so I have to pay 1,500 rupees just to those people put blushes on, which I cannot put myself. So these may look very minor kind of skills, but these are where we spend our money. And sometimes our husbands or our brothers or our fathers may not give us that money just to put some blushes on. You know, those are the skills that we talk about when we talk about, putting in some skill enhancement courses. So people may say these are so girlish, but it reflected the kind of empowerment that we are given. So I'm just citing two examples. So now colleges are also trying to figure out how to, introduce those skill courses and these skill enhancement courses, since, for example, Professor Manjit is from the university, she also will know. Those who are not in the educational system, you may not know how we are going to, how we plan to implement this NEP 2020 when it comes to skill enhancement course. And the traditional teachers or the present teachers, those who are the faculty of these higher educational institutions, they are not the expert in those fields, which will give the skill enhancement courses to the students. So it has to be outsourced because I am trying to, connect this with the budget that we are talking about today. So it all ends up with the fact that students may have to pay for that. And like I said, students being students, they have no earnings. So besides the fees that they are already paying, if we have to, let them pay for more so that they may get some skills, it may not be, a feasible kind of introduction or implementing LEP 2020. So the budget that we are looking at today, when we talk about women empowerment, I do hope that it can be utilized in such a way that, especially the female, the girls who are in schools will be able to get some financial support from the government so that after they finish a certain, supposing they graduate from high school or they graduate from college, they will come out with a skill which will make them empowered so much so that they don't need to look for a white collar job, which is very rare now. It's a very rare commodity now. Let me put it as a commodity that we cannot get white collar job because we have millions of students passing out every year. So we have to equip them with skills which will make them self-sufficient. And especially for the women folk, as I said, we in Northeast, or especially in Mizoram, we may not be facing the kind of women discrimination or female discrimination when compared to other parts of India. But still, when our male folk, our counterparts say that we need more empowerment, that just proves that we are not as empowered as we want to accept. There is a certain thing as the fact, and there is a certain thing as, the belief or the, how do I say, what we want to believe, but what is there is different. So we want to believe that we are at par with the male folk in Mizoram. I will talk about Mizoram, but we are not. And that is a very true case because when we talk about the gender roles also, you will find that the roles that is being given even by me as a mother, the role that I give to my sons and my daughters will differ. I am talking about women empowerment, and I may be the one who is still standing in the way of empowering my own daughters. So these are the things that we should look at also. And like I said, since we are talking about the budget, which talks about women empowerment, I do hope that this will come in the educational sector, in the education sector, where we will be able to help our young girls to have some skills after they finish a certain course. And one more thing that I want to share today is that in Mizoram, we are not very clear about, I'm sorry to say this, gender budgeting. We talk about gender budgeting, and when government departments are asked to propose a gender budget. They don't know how to do that. So we need support in that also. We need support means we need to be empowered in that knowledge also. How do we go on about gender budgeting? How do we help the females, the female, members of the society in our budgeting? These are the things we may say that there is a budget for women empowerment, and the government is, very keen on gender budgeting. But when it comes to the actual reality, the practical side of things, the ones who are going to, make proposal for those gender budgeting, they know nothing about that. So these are the things that we feel like in Mizoram. So tonight, what I would like to say is that the skill enhancement course that we are talking about in implementing NEP 2020, since it requires lots of financial support from the government. I do hope that the budget that is being, given today by our finance minister on women empowerment, it will be at least some part of it will be, uh, you know, directed towards educating our youth, our young women, young girls, so that they will be able to come out with a skill which will give them more power, which will make them feel more empowered. With this, I will stop my whatever I want
Thank
to
you.
share. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your wonderful insight, what you have given over there. And we are all exactly the hand holding is required and how to proceed. And we hold the entire Northeast India through our chamber in great respect. And we have got a very strong and very deep bond with the entire Northeast India. And we want that everybody should be given the best possible support. And like you made a mention, ma'am, for education, for skills, and couple of other areas, there is a budget of 3 lakh crores, which has been dedicated. Now it is entirely up to how it would further translate into. This is the first because budget has come only yesterday, and now thereafter it will keep getting into the ingredients. And I'm pretty sure we'll remain in touch and we will move ahead and we will take that vision forward. Now, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Gurpreet ma'am has brought everybody in the fold. She has played a very important role. So I will take a liberty and I would request her that let me, with her consent and permission, bring Dr. Rajana Tiwari first because I know her. I've dealt with her. All other speakers, those are gracing the evening today. It is through your efforts they have come. So I would like that I being humble and knowing a little about the worth and the worthiness of everybody. So after Dr. Ranjana Tiwari speaks, I would request Madam Gurpreet Sehbal ma'am to take over and to bring in all the rest of the speakers in the system and in the ecosystem and fold so that we get the best of evening. With these words, we invite Dr. Ranjana Tiwari to share her vision. First of all, I would request each one of us to introduce ourselves so that everybody knows everyone and the world also knows you people, those are joining from abroad. And somebody is writing, Mother is the first guru. Yes, I totally agree. And that is acceptable. With these words, Dr. Ranjana Tiwari.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you, sir, first of all, for inviting me. I feel so overwhelmed right now because I'm sharing the panel with such people who are already expert in their field. Okay. So I'm here to learn first. Second, when we shared about our thoughts regarding the and women empowerment. And then he said that budget and then tourism, because I work for tourism. So basically, I'll give my introduction. I'm Ranjana Tiwari. I've done my PhD in tourism management. And then I've worked with several universities. And right now, I'm based in Chennai. I'm on maternity leave. And but right now also I'm working with international delegates who are into who are already expert in their field. So we are working with people from Torrance University, people from Spain, Budapest, UK, and I am basically working towards well-being tourism, wellness tourism. So spirituality, religious tourism, all are the part of well-being tourism, wellness tourism, some or other part. So that's how we got connected. I and sir, we got connected. And of course, I have army background, so that's also an added advantage. But yeah, so now after we discussed it, I've gone through the budget once again, and I've tried to pull out some details regarding my area of expertise. First, from well-being point of view, and second, from tourism point of view, because I think for tourism also, the budget has already allocated for majority towards spiritual tourism. Now, I'll talk from spiritual tourism or well-being tourism aspect. So I was watching again one of the videos where they were discussing about the budget and women empowerment, and the one data which I would really like to share with everybody here is that after independence by 1974, the women workforce in entire country workforce, the number of women workforce rose to 33%. But by 2017, it dropped down to 23%. And then by 2024, it has again trying to reach to 37% and forward. Now, this is alarming because we always talk about women empowerment. We are already empowered in feminism and equality, equity, and all, but still numbers don't justify that. Okay, so that's why I was really happy when I read the budget. I read the budget. I couldn't watch it, so I read again in presentation and other forms, and I saw that that a quite huge amount. I'll say 3 lakh crore schemes benefiting women and girls. 3 lakh crore has been allocated for women and girls empowerment. The first thing which I really liked about it was that now the money is there, but it's our duty, or the people who are in the stakeholder position. Now it's their duty to develop a plan and give it a proposal to the government and other people who can actually work toward it. So what they can do, like they are saying, so they need to set up working women hostel, and second, which is really important thing, was creche. And I think most of the women after pregnancy, they leave their job because of this huge problem that there is no creche, there is no services. Like in my case, I left my job because I couldn't trust any other person with my baby. So that's why I thought it's better to leave right now, and then I'll take my break and this come back. But I know that during my break also, I'm working 24 bar 7 towards my career goal, also towards personal life. But not every women get that chance. Okay, so that's why I think that was one of the most amazing part which I like, and that's why again well-being, employee well-being comes into the picture here. Women well-being, we call it. Second, which was, yeah, again talking from the tourism perspective, tourism infrastructure perspective, when the budget says that they are encouraging states to lower stamp duties for properties purchased by women, this is also again an amazing thing which to do, right? Because not many properties are under women's names, so it's like they are empowering them. Okay, now how tourism people or tourism stakeholders or women entrepreneurs can use it? So of course they can start their entrepreneurial journey, and they can take the land or maybe the properties under their name, and of course the family won't have any problem, or the people or the society won't have problem, because they are of course getting huge discount, and they don't have to pay that much amount. Another thing which was really caught my eye was that they are now developing schemes for 100 weekly hut or street food huts. Now this is again, if you see from tourism perspective, this is really important, because every tourist destination has some or other food court or food streets will be there, right? And somewhere, so food streets, food courts, those are the places which are sometimes illegally, developed. So they are always there. There is always a sword hanging on them that you have to remove that place, and you have to just sell out that place. And but after this scheme, people can actually, or especially women, can start their work. I was right now working on wellness and well-being tourism book, and I can see the amazing indigenous food, traditional food items, which are promoting wellness and well-being in the families. So here in Tamil Nadu, I've got proposals from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and all are saying that, if we have food festivals, if we have some kind of place where we can showcase our skills or we can showcase our traditional food item, that would be beneficial. And I think this is the area where they can incorporate their expertise and they can start this weekly heart system or food heart system. Here, one more thing which I would like to mention. I wrote a case on Munsiari. Munsiari is in Uttarakhand. And I'm sorry, he's my son. Sorry. So he's
Let
just
him
looking
enjoy.
at
Let him
everyone.
enjoy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wrote a case on Munsiari, and Malika Virdiji is there, who has started community homestay program, and that is women.
Your voice is not coming. Your voice is not coming. How? We are not getting your voice. Huh. Now just try it out. Huh. No, it got muted. It got muted.
Yes.
Haji, please go ahead.
So now,
Yes, now it's okay.
sorry. So that's the best example of women empowerment, how she had got along all the women who were once in very despised condition in the community, but now they are taking the decisions. They are taking all the community decisions. They are earning money, because once you start earning money, automatically you have some sort of confidence in you. So I think, and they always hold, I think they hold monthly that heart festival in Munsiari. So again, for those kind of people, this scheme is really beneficial. Again, which was, now I'll talk from the perspective of spiritual tourism sector development. Okay, so that I got from the infrastructural development schemes for infrastructural development, and where it was mentioned that so the money or they are going to finance Vishnupad temple corridor and Mahabodhi temple corridor. So this is no rocket science to understand that both the places, and again Rajgir and Nalanda. So these are the places in Bihar, and they hold an utmost important role in the Jain community, Buddhism community, and Hinduism community. Okay, when I say Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, it means I'm talking about the spirituality. I'm not talking about the religion here. So I think this is the best chance for tourism stakeholders and the destination development managers to come together and propose a spiritual destination development, or the sector, like the sector we have Golden Triangle sector, or we have Desert Triangle sector in tourism. So same we can have a spirituality tourism or spiritual tourism sector. So that would be amazing. Now, when I say that, let's come together and develop a wellness tourism sector here, I don't mean that people should go there, worship and sit and all. No, there should be all the infrastructural development. Now, when I say infrastructural development, that also should have all the soft and hard infrastructure. Okay, so like trained professional, it's not only like people are going there and worshipping and reading somewhere that, okay, Gautam Buddha had done meditation here, and this is called that this place, So there should be, because we have done, and India is doing amazing thing in digitalization. Why can't we use AI in that? Why can't we give immersive experience to tourists there? Sit there, meditate there, chant there. This is what we want to do. Like, people want peace nowadays. We are all done with all these using mobile phones all the time and hustle and bustle of the life. So same thing happened. Like I'll just give an instance. I was in Adi Yoga Center, Isha Yoga Center here. For the first time, for half an hour, it was like quiet. Nobody around me also spoke, because the entire place is made like this. So people are doing meditation. You will just listen chanting there. Because the common people who are going to different places and watching this, they are not allowed to speak. And there are people holding all the placards and saying that stay quiet in the regional language, Hindi and English. So this also motivate us. Even my 4-year-old kid, he didn't speak anything because he was saying that there was a symbol, it was written like that. Okay, so this is what I mean by developing a well-being tourism sector or wellness tourism sector. So when I talk about spirituality, we want people to feel spiritual there. Okay, spiritual again doesn't mean anything with the religion. Then again, with Odisha, they have given out beautiful diversification, what all they want to develop in Odisha. So Odisha is, I'm working with one of the professor from Berhampur University, Odisha, and she's working right now on the temple food of Jagannath temple. Okay, so how temple food impacts your well-being. So I will talk only from well-being aspect. Okay, so because that's my forte, and I know that how much importance that holds in our life. So I was immensely happy to see Orissa in the budget, that they want to develop that, and once we develop that, people know Jagannath temple from Orissa, but now I think people all over the world, they need to know like Jagannath Puri or the Odisha should also come on the tourist map. Okay, right now under tourist map, Rajasthan is there, Delhi is there, also Mumbai is there. Okay, if we talk about domestic tourism, so we know Rameshwaram is there, more so because of domestic tourism, religious tourism, and all. But people don't know all these hidden gems. Okay, we were talking, Sarah and I were talking in the morning, and we were talking about all those thermal springs and other places which are there in India. But nobody talks. When we talk about thermal springs, so Turkey comes in picture. Okay, why? It's majorly because of the infrastructural development. And now, when we have got the budget to develop the infrastructure, why not put our whole soul body towards it and then start working for the infrastructural development, proper infrastructural development, no haphazard, but proper vision aligned with the spiritual tourism. And then, again, there was a quite good budget which was allocated for research and development project. So here, what I'm saying that, we have, I'm an academic, so I'm talking UGC and IC, SSR, and all those areas also, that now they have got all the budget. So allocate your research projects, major research projects or minor research projects, which give you all this substantial information. Okay, not only theoretical, but that can be implemented there. So as I'm talking about spiritual tourism development or wellness center there, so why not? Of course, that's something which is on paper right now. So we have already started doing that. We have already started proposing a research work, because without research, nobody will be confided in us that can be happened or not happen. So we have already started our work as a researcher, as an academician. Now that will go to the government, to the sectors, and then we need their help in research and budget allocation. Most of the time, we researchers, we feel short because we don't have budget. We don't have budget to go on field and do our research. And we are at our home, comfort of our desk, and we are doing all the secondary data research. Then, okay, fine. I have so many things to say, but let's listen others also. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Wonderful points. What you have made a mention over here, wellness tourism and spiritual tourism, pilgrimage tourism, religious places. And you mentioned about a couple of religions which got the birth over here. When you talk about Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism is also there. That is also being taken into, we got to understand. R&D, yes, there is a huge budget which has been given for this particular area. Once again, very important, which we have to take into consideration. Thank you very much, Dr. Anna Tiwari, for coming. I would request now Madam Gurpreet Sehbal ma'am to kindly take over the flow and kindly take over the discussions further, and just to moderate the entire thing, because everybody who has come over here. So let's bring them into fold and move ahead at 9:38 p.m. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Gulshan. Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, and everybody, welcome to this fabulous webinar. Sometimes, there is no way there is only one English word to say thank you, but there should be something else also that I really cannot put in words your enthusiasm, your inspiration, and your commitment. And it doesn't matter like where we are in the world. I get to hear you. I know you are around the clock at it. And so much has happened which people don't know with your initiative. Because I am just going to bring in all these ladies, but I want to make a point here that even at the Armed Forces Conference, even though it was a sprinkling, but even one person that you connect with. I have been talking to, I think, Major General Ajay, and Northeast. We are coming back to Northeast, Mizoram, Meghalaya, and we realize that all our efforts are needed, not just Dr. Gulshan. All our efforts are needed to push, and I'm so happy that you keep pushing us. You keep telling us, you keep reminding us. We are women, but you are more empowered to empower women than we can do, because your way of conveying everything is really fabulous. I want to thank all these ladies who are here, and we will all take up this forum and discuss what the Honorable Finance Minister has allocated, which is really good news. Now, good news is one thing, but we need to take it to the next level. As Dr. Ranjana Tiwari, she has just mentioned that it is for us to do research, it is for us to find out, it is for us to do the projections, make the projects, and go forward. And I do agree with you, Professor Dicky, because you are so correct when you are saying that all these services need money, and women want to go and enjoy all these small services, yet they have to look at somebody for that allocation of money, even if they are earning, but more so if they are not earning. And you have a wonderful question that how do we get this training, this education, this skilling to them? Because they're already students, they're already paying. And now, for somebody like me, if I put myself post COVID, pre COVID, I have done so much of training at no cost. I was totally running an NGO. And these 14,000 children we trained, I think a good 70% has never paid us. But the things have changed, as we all agree now. And now we are looking at the government to support us in our ventures. And that little bit of money can reach these women, the Nari Shakti. I think we should call it a Shakti mission, because it should be our mission to take whatever is allocated. And if it is not there right now, Dr. Gulshan, you are the master of CSR. I would request you to please look at even introducing all of us women. I'm sure we are all ready to empower in any way, shape, or form, whether I'm in beauty or somebody is in spiritual tourism or wellness tourism. There is so much opportunity. I think I am ready to make a commitment. I am so, there is so much umang and utsaah in me after listening to these ladies and listening to you. But I think we don't really understand what is skilling and education. If I ask myself, I have been doing skilling, I've been doing education, but what does this mean to me? For me, it means something different, and to somebody else it may mean something else. A teacher might think that I have grade 12 students and I am teaching them and I have taught them and the syllabus is over and that's skilling. For me in India, it means very simply that the child must go from my classroom to a job. Whether there is 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, but this child must have so much hunar. I must empower them. उनके हाथों में इतनी शक्ति हो कि वो क्लासरूम से जॉब पे जाएं और कभी पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देखें. It doesn't matter how small that first job may be. It may pay them 5,000 or 6,000 or 2,000 in the village or anywhere. But I feel that that is where the are lacking. Sort of skill to me in my field, and I'm sure this is happening in many other fields, that they spend money, they learn, but they are not able to get a job. So one commitment we have to make, we have to empower them with a job, with a placement. If they are in the villages, like Dr. Gulshan, you said, we can teach them anything, whether it is to do nails or to do beauty or to do makeup or to do sewing or to do soap making. I have launched on soap making just because I want to teach something to my maids, to their relatives. Nothing of interest to me, but I think even if they went back to the village, they would be able to do something and send it out of the village to sell, because within the village there is no money. It is not going to be something that they do there and they earn there and they sustain there. Something also has to be exported out. Some talent has to also go out. And Northeast, absolutely very close to my heart too. But I feel that all of India, everywhere, my driver just told me today that I think Modi ji is giving 2,000 rupees compensation to farmers. He is a farmer. His father is a farmer, retired Subedar from the army, but he is farming in Haryana. And I said, why can't we empower these women so that her नारी 2,000 4,000 खुद ही कमा ले अपने घर में बैठे हुए, सो पूरा परिवार ही चलेगा. They will not need to look outside. So for me, even as Dr. Ranjana is saying, that earning money gives the confidence. These women that she talked about serving in the community at the monthly heart, obviously, once you start earning money, you have confidence. People are looking at you as a different person. And I totally agree that we all have to join hands. And I am ready for anything, any kind of skilling that I have the opportunity to do with the help of all these women. I think we are all ready to take on. And I'm hoping that today's discussion will empower us and show us a path forward, that we can all do something for, somebody is waiting out there जिसके सपने साकार हमने करने हैं. हमारे सपने साकार करने के लिए कोई ना कोई आया हमारी जिंदगी में. हम कहां से कहां पहुंचे. तो हर बच्चे की जिंदगी में कोई ना कोई आएगा उसकी लाइफ चेंज करने को, उसके सपने साकार करने को. Why not that we make an effort, since God has blessed us with so much? So I would like to open the forum to all these ladies and hope that we can all today come up with something to take this back. Dr. Gulshan, I open the forum for you to please. You're the best moderator. I am just a novice, but I just speak from my heart.
अब इसको आगे आप लेकर चलिए. इट्स ए women empowerment. I have handed over the baton to you. I'm just standing there. You are running now. Please take on. Hanji,
So I know that.
Please bring in the next speaker, Hanji.
Anji, I think Dr. Manjeet Paintal has done a lot of this CSR activity, and I actually have approached her a few times because she is in touch with a lot of people up there, whether it's through Microsoft or other companies, to do CSRs. Maybe it is time now that we don't approach them. We go and ask them, we face them, we push the motive forward. So, Dr. Paintal, I hope you are going to come up with some grand ideas and a plan forward. I don't know if Dr. Paintal, is she there?
No, she's there. Kindly, ma'am, just unmute your mic, please.
Unmute.
Kindly unmute your mic, ma'am. Ma'am, just unmute your mic. And meanwhile, I would say by the time she gets on to Gurpreet, ma'am, kindly introduce other people, those have come over here, because I don't know, Joban, Aloma Gomes, Professor Anuradha, you have already made a mention. I wish to know what exactly. Then there is a real me also. So kindly, everybody you have brought in.
I had requested Aloma. She is actually in Goa, and very recently her sister has launched a nail bar. And but Aloma is a very well-known person there. She works with the highest office, may I say, the GST office. So she, I look at that with a lot of respect. And she is herself an entrepreneur, and her husband is also into the business that Dr. Ranjana Tiwari was mentioning. You know, they are into the wellness, they are into the food festivals that she was talking about. Aloma's husband is very much and then we have Joban, of course, is part of NSG, but opportunity to speak, because I will have to hear over the 10 years in BWSSE all the freebies that we have given. So it's better that we let her keep on doing what she's doing to educate these women.
Hmm. Professor
And
Manjeet, ma'am,
I hope
are you in a position,
we
ma'am?
can all come together.
Hmm. Professor Manjeet, ma'am, are you in a position to unmute, please? No, ma'am. Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, please. We can hear you now.
Okay. Good
Hmm.
evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Gulshan and Ma'am Gurpreet, and our friends from Northeast and other places. And I also thankful I am to Professor Anuradha Sharma. She has been my colleague. And actually, about the CSR, if Gurpreet wants me to talk about CSR, which I did teach in the university for postgraduates. Mainly, it is the article and the bill that came up in 2013 for the CSR, which helped us to take it forward. And we've done a lot of research on it, and we have been teaching our students. It's a new subject, but also in the field that I have experienced is that CSR needs to be pushed a lot. The stakeholders and the shareholders have to come together. There has to be a public-private government partnership. The NGOs have to move forward. They have to be strengthened. The CSR activities have to be understood and taken forward by the corporates uh, in a way that they should reach the unreached. The funds have to flow, which is a very, very big area of, CSR being not active and deficient in adopted areas. So CSR is a corporate social responsibility, which has a parallel mandate with the government to upgrade and bring and empower our society. Everything cannot be done by the government. So the corporates have to chip in to help their neighborhood societies and communities to come forward and do a lot of work in education, health, skill development, a lot of IT work, lot of issues, challenges in the girl child areas, in the disability areas, in the challenged children, in the differently abled children who cannot come to the school, in the areas where a girl cannot attend a school. There's a lot of dropout after class 8. The enrollments are poor. So there's a lot of work to be done around for seniors, for adults, for illiterates to become literate, and for literate to go on to skill development. So all these, areas of disorganized sectors and organized sectors have to be looked after in whatever way we can. Now with the budget, it is a very good news that we have been allocated good budget. But I would request that this budget should reach all the states well for the welfare of the state, and wherever there is poor inflow of funds or not regular flow of funds, the activities get affected. That's for sure. The research activities, like Ranjana ma'am was saying, the field activities get affected. If the NGOs are always starving of doing social work due because of the funds, not reaching them from the government or from the other sectors of society. It becomes, a difficult area to work with. How much skill development is supposing now? I'll give you an example that we are running under the Indian Council for Social Welfare, Punjab branch. We are running 3 centers at the moment. One is for health attendance, one is for computer literacy, and the other is for beauty culture. Now, if you see all these 3 areas need funds, if we need to train an adult for health attendant, we need a bed, we need a blood pressure instrument, we need thermometer, we need candidates, we need a hospital to associate ourselves with so that the doctors can come and train them. We need how to, look after the patient. We need different kind of tools for that. So how do we procure those tools, So, the inflow of funds from the government are very, very encouraging when they are regularly given to the NGOs so that we can run our centers efficiently, effectively. Once an attendant is trained, he's looking after a patient and he starts earning also. And when we run a beauty culture center, and we've run about 6, 7 in the last 1 or 2 years. So 50 girls, it's near a bus stand. 50 girls from the villages come, they get trained. We have a trained instructor, and they get training on how to, for 6 months, they get a certificate, how to do the skin and the beauty and the mehndi and the hair and all that. Gurpreet madam knows it well. She has also joined us in one of our centers for nail art. And those girls who were given the nail art, madam, training by you, have gone to Dubai, have called me from there, have gone to Canada, have gone to Singapore. They've gone to different places, and also they are running their own centers in the villages. They're earning 20,000, 30,000 a month because of all that learning and added nail art from your side. So that was very, very beneficial for them. So what we mean to say is that empowering at home, empowering in the village, empowering in the city, empowering in the urban area or rural area comes to the skill and the welfare of a woman. If a woman is educated, has good health, has skills with her, she's able to educate her children better, she's able to look after the family better, she's able to establish herself in a society which relishes her presence, which looks upon her. Punjab having drug problem, women play a big role there as a mother, as a sister, as a wife. If her husband or her son or her brother is a drug addict, the female role, the woman's role, who's empowered, plays a big, big, role in rehabilitating, in de-addiction, and in establishing the child or the son or the brother into the real life stream. So how all these things are to be tackled and done are a skill also, the life skills given to a woman to empower herself, to look after herself, to look after her family, to look after the society, to look after the establishment that she is in. And again, if she has a daughter, she has to educate her, she has to complete her studies, she has to go to the higher classes, she has to qualify and then get the skills.
Wonderful. Wonderful inputs, ma'am, what you have given to have the economy of the time. I think it's perfectly fine what you have given. Now, over here for the audience, those are looking forward to the questions which are coming over here. You asked the CSR. I would request each one of you, please write down one name. You can see on the LinkedIn, go straightway. You can get 100 corporate for the CSR activity immediately. If you are interested to have the big corporate houses or small or whatsoever it is, the gentleman name is Prashant Paul. Prashant. Prashant is the first name, and Paul, Pal, is the second name. For the benefit of people, I'll repeat it. It is Prashant, Prashant, Shant. Prashant is the first name, Paul is the second name. You can see him on the LinkedIn. There are more than 100 videos available on the YouTube channel. Go through that. You will get to know the entire insight. What is CSR? How to get the funding? How to prepare a proposal? How to forward a proposal? How to invite a proposal? How to get the money? And how basically professionally moving with the CSR activity. That is something we would like to give from the chamber today. The name as small gesture towards women empowerment. Gurpit ma'am, we would take on because the economy of the time is also to be taken. And how many speakers more are there so that we can request then Manjeet ma'am to conclude and then we move to the next speaker.
I think Anuradha is still.
Okay. And how about your Goa? How about your Goa Aloma Gomes?
I don't know if she's able to connect.
Okay,
She is
Joban,
online, but we
how
will
about
check.
Joban? Joban?
Joban, can you hear me? I am not able to see her.
Okay.
Joban,
Uh,
I'll try. Let's Manjeet, if you
because it's going to be 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, I'm just going to wind up.
once you
I'm just
Yes.
going to say that all these bills and
rather
articles
forward.
and all these budget, if they are combined, the Constitution allows us to empower women. The Constitution allows us to have the girl child educated. We should use these and use the funds as properly as we can, and let the NGOs be strengthened and identified by the government, by the states, so that they can do the justification at the ground field, at the field. So all those laws which favor women should be taken. Laws have not been very favorable. They cannot have assets in Punjab. They cannot have rights in their property. There has to be, some kind of forum to take forward women empowerment in a very big way. Some lead has to be taken. We need more women leaders. We need more women institutes, women universities. We need to educate ourselves, and we need our parents, we need our laws to be beside us to make us healthy and empowered.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any point of time, the 50 girls or what you told near the bus stand somewhere and all, if you're having any program going on over there, our chamber would be more than happy to give any complimentary kind of an inputs which can be given to them.
I can share the photographs now.
Yes. We will work out, ma'am. We'll work out. We'll take it on. We'll take it on.
No problem.
And at the same time, I would request Professor Dickey to be my mentor and my teacher, and she should help me out. I'm very keen to know the capacity building now. The other day, when we have done the program, Gurpreet ma'am was there. We have done 2 programs with the armed forces, and that was reoccupation of defense officers and ladies. One was done on completely skilling and starting husband-wife new venture. And second program which we had done was MSME, micro, small and medium enterprise. The joint secretary who is in the Ministry of MSME, she comes from Nagaland, very dynamic woman, sitting over there in the helm of the affairs in Delhi, and very positive to help out everybody. So we should take her support also, get some more vision from her. She can be very, very helpful to us. Now, coming on to our chamber strongly feels in the women empowerment also, higher education is fine, everything is fine. 6th onward, the education which is going on is fine. Bringing in more digital technology is fine. But we personally and very strongly feel if we really want to build tomorrow's India, futuristic India, realistic India, vibrant India, progressive India, growth-oriented India, these all words are coming. I have not written anywhere. It's all coming from here. I don't know. That's why I've lost all my hair. And what comes next to my mind is that we should focus more on teachers and trainers and coach and the counselors, which are from kindergarten to 5th class. Kindergarten to 5th class. That is the focus of the chamber. And our chamber very, very, sincerely, religiously, and vigorously, we are moving in that direction. And we have stopped a word called capacity building. Sorry. It is no more capacity building, it is capability building. It is capability. Capacity is fine. You can use the term. Like the other day, I had one program on 8th of March for ladies. And one of the lady from Southern India, she came and she told me, Dr. Sharma, let's stop using a word called women empowerment. Women are already empowered. The only thing is we got to recognize as a male that women is carrying so much. The only thing is she has to be given her dues and her place and that particular leadership role. And sometime in between, when we were talking about services exports, it came in a very big way that IT and ITES is having maximum services exports from India. But when we talk about women, they are very few in the leadership role in IT and IT enabled services in the country. So that is another area which we have to look into. Let's move ahead now from here. Gurpreet ma'am, who is coming now? Please tell me.
And I think Dr. Pentel is Dr. Professor Anuradha.
Yeah.
Anuradha ji, can you unmute your mic? I think it is past 10, so she has gone. I personally feel maybe a couple of other responsibilities are also there. And with that, then let's have the closing 1 minute remarks by each one of you. And thereafter, then we can just close the session. Gurpreet ma'am, let's start with you, please. Your closing remarks for 1 minute. Gurpreet ma'am? Okay, fine.
Dharma, I'm eternally grateful. Want something concrete to come out, something to come out of this session. So if you would be kind enough to share, Professor Dickey's number and Ranjana ma'am, and we can, pull together some kind of action, even if it's a small one. Let's make it a beginning.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
We'll work out in that direction. Dr. Ranjana, anything from your side to the younger generation? Everybody, yes.
I just want to mention two, you can say strategy, how like ma'am and you have mentioned that you will find very less women in leadership roles. Okay, despite having work from home in IT services industry, still we have less number of women there. So I have two things, not only in IT services, but in other industries as well. So use the budget allocated in different industries. In this way, the HR can use the training programs for bridging the career gap for women, so that, they can catch up with the industry demands, especially for skill-based industries like ma'ams have mentioned. So they can use that budget for that. Second, they should have return to work support for the new mothers or those who are having the breaks. And then last,
elaborate this point. This point was not clear to me. Elaborate this point,
please. Which one?
The
Return to work.
Second point.
Okay. Second, return to work support for new mother. So suppose if I'm a new mother and I'm going back to the services. So first thing, as the government has already allocated budget for creche. So now they have allocated. So now it is the responsibility of the industry and the organization to set up a proper creche, not just for namesake, but actually that. Okay. And for new mother, then to provide mental health services also. So just to mention that I have a guinea pig, my husband at home. So always all these research-based questions I ask him first. So I just asked him casually that, do you feel you need some sort of wellness support in your industry or in your office? So he says, no, we don't require. And most of the time, men don't need it. I don't know why, but that's the common norm. But women do need it, and they are very vocal about it. So let's have that kind of support system in the organization. So 3 things from my side: effective training programs. Second, return to work support for new mother. And third, mental health awareness system in the organization. Yes.
Okay, mental health awareness. Okay, great. I've taken all 3 points. Thank you very much. Professor Manjeet Pentel, ma'am.
Yeah, I would like to say that you mentioned grade 1 to 5th class. is a very important sector of education. Yes, I agree on that because that is the foundational and the basic education is there. But now, coming to that, I would like to say that we should have add-on skill development courses in the middle school. That is that at that time, only the child can be identified with what skills that the child can take up. And mind you, what you take up in your childhood becomes your nature at adulthood. And it helps you to form your basis and your foundation at that stage of life. And then you can take all the challenges of life further, and you can select in whatever occupation, skill, or job or empowerment that you can feel which is better for you and your family and for your individualism. You can always take forward because that is how the society is built. If we have a strong foundation of education, good health, good mental health, good facilities, good available, you see, facilities for women, for girls, more money, more funds, for our skill development programs at a younger age. That is the age, teenage, when we are forming our, nature and skills that will help us to we did a small study with illiterate women who were doing little work at home and domestic. What they came out was that when we earn more, 3,000 rupees, we buy milk for our children, we give them good food, we give them good education, we are able to buy their books, we are giving them tuition, we are giving them better clothes to wear, healthier food. So you see, addition, a skill adds to your income in the house, adds to the quality of your life in the house. Quality of life is family, whatever the family is, capable of. Now, that capability, like you said, capacity, I think capability can be enhanced by our, endorsing our skills to them in a stronger way, pushing them with good skill developments, not that we just give them half-baked things and give them, we've done skill development. No, a skill which will take them, like Ma'am Gurpreet said, from the class, from the training to the job and earning for the house.
Okay.
That is the whole motive and objective to establish our empowerment.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for your inputs. Capability building is not my original thought. It has been given to me by grandson of Rabindranath Tagore. He lives in Meghalaya. He lives in Shillong, and he's a voracious author, reader, and education reformer. It is a treat to meet him, greet him, to be with him. And he is the one who told me the other day, Dr. Sharma, stop using capacity building. It's not required. Let's start working on capability building, because when you make people capable, like earlier, another mentor of mine, when I met him a couple of years back, he told me there is nothing like creativity, creativity, creativity. Everybody keeps talking about it is not creativity and critical thinking and logical thinking and analytical thinking. If you really want to empower education ecosystem, before creativity, bring curiosity. If you bring curiosity, and if the child is interested to learn, and there is a joyful learning, dance, music, singing, and happiness, fun all around, you'll find education will totally change, and people would love to come to school, colleges, institutions, skills. When you talked about skill, ma'am, Shri Jayanta Chaudhary ji, his article has come today. It's wonderful reading on skills. There are about 6 paras of that. I've noted down all of them, and he has given a wonderful endorsement to the entire skilling process and the budget. It is from Shri Jayanta Chaudhary ji. And Professor Anuradha ji, she has written, we have to make women aware of the different schemes or programs through which they can start their own entrepreneurship program. Thank you very much. And that is the way we will work on, because it will make them economically independent. So Anuradha ji, as your spokesperson, I have read your statement, what you have given over here. So with these words, ladies and gentlemen, people, those are watching world over, those are watching in India, and they have been very, very kind to be with us. And I'm so grateful, my deep gratitude to these ladies, They had been with me right from 9 p.m. onwards, and she gave wonderful inputs to me. And we would get you all connected with each other. Gurpreet ma'am, you reach Chennai, and Ranjana, you reach Gurugram, and Manjeet ma'am would reach Mizoram, and Dicky ma'am, we will bring it to everybody. So that is the
Yeah.
way we will take it forward. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thanks
sir.
a lot. Thanks for
Thank
your
you.
valuable